is not backed by anything, and neither is your money. Yet somehow, these things control almost every part of your life. You work for it, you save it, you chase it. But have you ever stopped and asked, what actually gives it value? Most people think gold is valuable because it is special. But the truth is much simpler. Gold has no real power on its own. It doesn't grow. It doesn't produce anything. It doesn't feed anyone. It doesn't build anything. If humans disappeared tomorrow, gold would just sit there forever, unchanged. So why do we value it? Because it is rare. There is only a limited amount on Earth. And because it is hard to find, hard to mine, and hard to refine. Humans decided it must be valuable, but here's the key idea. It was never gold that decided its value, it was people. Thousands of years ago, humans didn't use money, they traded directly, food for tools, animals for clothes, goods for services. But this system had a problem. What if the other person didn't want what you had? That's where everything started to change. Humans needed something universal, something everyone would accept. Gold became that solution, not because it was magical, but because people agreed it was valuable. And once people agree on something, it becomes real in practice. Later, paper money appeared. At first, it was simple. Every paper note was backed by gold stored in banks. You could exchange it at any time, but over time, that changed. The link between money and gold disappeared. Today, money is no longer backed by gold, it is backed by something much more fragile. Trust. Trust in governments, trust in banks, trust in systems. And when that trust changes, everything changes with it. Now let's talk about the market, stocks, companies, and businesses. Unlike gold, these things actually produce value. They create products. They generate profit. They grow over time. In theory, they should be stronger than gold. But there is a problem. The market depends on the future. And the future is uncertain. That is why markets crash. That is why prices drop. Because human emotion is part of the system. But there is a problem. The market depends on the future. And the future is uncertain. That is why markets crash. That is why prices drop. Because human emotion is part of the system. When fear enters the system, people stop trusting companies. They stop trusting growth, and they move their money somewhere they feel safe. That place is gold, not because it grows, but because it survives fear. So what actually holds value? Not gold, not money, not even the market. It all comes down to one thing: trust.